How does the department manage this, competitive grant program and there's a lot, there seems to be a lot riding on it.
Right, and again, to be clear, it's not just that one.
Right, or
I3's
any
right
of the
behind it,
I3.
school improvement's right behind
Right.
it, which is almost as much money.
So
The
what
assessments, so there's a whole series, teacher incentive fund, Promise Neighborhoods. There's gonna be a rolling, so we're leading with Race to the Top, but again, so you see, it's a lot more than
Right.
that. So what you want is you want to run everything. You want to run great competitions. On Race to the Top specifically, you'll pick a set of first round winners. We're committed to giving for everyone who doesn't win really clear feedback as to what they do. As there are 2 rounds there, so a second bite at the apple. On that one we're leading with, I also want to really think through how we get the winners working together. That so much of this is about sort of breaking silos and learning as a country. So it's not just about, yes, we want to have those states do some great things, but if that's all we do, I think that's a missed opportunity.
How do you get them to work together?
Well, we're working that through.
Okay.
Joanne, we've got some thoughts on it, and we can go through it. But I think what you want to do is you want to start to build a team amongst those states, and the goal obviously be to have other states join that team. And so the goal is, is to change the country. And so if you get a handful of states doing some great things, well, that's great. I would think we wouldn't have maximized the opportunity. And so you want to start to build a team, a coalition of states who are pushing each other and working together, and then ultimately having more and more states join that team going forward. And I think those mechanisms haven't been there. I mean, it's part of the problem, I think, is that everyone's done this work in isolation.
Right.
And if we can help to build a supportive network and infrastructure, I think that will speed up the learning curve. And everyone's gonna make some mistakes, and how do we learn from them? How do we someone's knocking something out, how do we take that to scale right away? And so this is gonna be it's a really, giving out the awards is just a starting point, frankly. That's the easy part. The harder part and more interesting one is how do you really get these guys moving, not individually but collectively in some very creative ways.
Do you get the feeling people don't believe you when you say you really are going to have a high bar for Race to the Top?
I think there's a mix of folks. Some folks absolutely get it, and some folks are absolutely skeptical, no question. And I think that's when we actually do what we say we're going to do. I think they'll stun some people. That's okay. That's part of it. But I think lots of folks have actually figured this out. But there's still some people who think they're going to be 50 winners. And someone last week said, "Oh, you guys aren't going to have the courage to do it. The government never works like this." I just said, I don't have to convince them. Just stay tuned.